Hey guys, what's going on? We're back one more time with some Highlander shit. As you guys remember last time, we focused on my metal actual display sword, the Connor MacLeod. I didn't expect it to get as much attention in terms of communication as it did, and it did generate a lot of commotion, particularly on Facebook. A lot of guys reached out to me and they were like, asking me if I did them and what do you do with them and yada yada yada. And so that was really cool. I did promise one more, and I did one more. This is actually a little different than this because this is foam. This is a stunt sword. You can take this to Comic-Con. So, really quickly, if you look, you'll notice that I improved the paint job. You can see the details much crisper in terms of the paint job in the foam sword. I went to 3 different layers of white instead of 2, and I found the third makes all the difference in the world. So it's complicated, but basically I do a lot more reddish brown to start, and then I slowly cover that with layers of varying white, starting with the darkest white and working my way up to the whitest white as a highlight dry brush. And it really does capture an aged look. So I think I will repaint mine this way. But I got to tell you, this is about as long as my actual. So if we check this out, we go Suba to Suba, pretty close. Actually, the foam one's just a bit longer. And so it's really, really cool. So as much as I am in love with my real one, I have to say there's something extremely cool about the fact that this is a con-safe sword. I'm sorry. It's just the idea that you could walk in with a lineage handle to a Comic-Con and it's totally fine. I did use some Warbler to make a habaki. You can do that. You can not do that. It really doesn't matter. The way I did it was so simple. Like I said, I bought this sword. It was originally red. Graphite powder and rub and buff, my go-to. You've seen it a million times on this channel. Gives me my metallic look. I cut off the handle that was there, just hacked the crap out of it until the rebar piece was available. And then what I did was when I cast this up, I put a straw in. I had stopped up the bottom with some hot glue, whoop, dropped that in, and I just put the sword in after it was cured and glued it on. So I didn't even have to dip this while it was curing. So it was actually easier to make this than it was to make the damn real one. So I don't think I'll ever make another one with a steel blade again. That's a pain in the ass. This was so much easier. I can make a million of these. These I love. So I am really happy with this because you could walk into Comic-Con with this sword and what you end up with, just, it feels so light and so cool. My triceps look good in that picture. Sorry, ego. This is just, this to me is as good as having the metal one because you could take it everywhere. The handle is still lineage. The Suba is accurate. Okay, the Habaki may not be your thing. You don't have to put it on there. It has one in the movie. And I just use like a gold rub and buff. It doesn't match. It might be too big. I don't know, man. I just threw it on there. It's stable without it. But this is friggin' epic. This is so cool. Now, you don't really want to like duel with it, but you could like, you could hit people with it. You can smack with it. You get a little bit of play for some photos and stuff. I've seen some foam Kurgan ones floating around. So I made one. This is a gift. So a friend of mine can go to Comic-Cons and stuff as Connor MacLeod and show off the fact that he's got the hilt of hilts. So very easy to make. Very cheap to make for me as well. Really happy. Just super happy with how this came out. Part of me wants to make one for myself. I still have my mold, so I could if I wanted to. But I got to tell you, I'm over the moon with this thing, man. This came out so much better than I thought it would. And I dig it. And even though it's a resin Suba, that kind of gruffy, roughy look gives it some character. And I really love the paint job on this one that I did. I think I did a much better paint job this time around on this guy. But God, the handle feels really good. And it's fun, man. Having a con-safe sword is really fun. And the fact that it's the Highlander, I was originally going to do these with foam handles, but then I thought, what the hell? Why bother? Just do the resin handle. It's light. And if you use a big enough blade, it shouldn't matter. And so, yeah, I like it. I think I'm just going to go solid resin handles. It's about 2 Dixie cups worth of A and B. So it's 1 Dixie cup of A, 1 Dixie cup of B. that's about how much it takes to fill the mold. So it's not a ton of resin. So what would be the benefit of doing, you know, a foam version, you know, an expanding foam version that skins? This is fine. So you could take this to con and you could do this. So I love this. And so now I have done the 2 things I wanted to do with Connor McLeod's sword. So thank you for checking out this really quick 5-minute or so video again. And, you know, you be the judge. Is it worth all the money and effort to absolutely have a metal one, or having a foam one with the right handle? Worth it, you know? Either way you want to do it, you could do it. So like I said, if you can't build it, buy it. And if you can't buy it, build it. And sometimes you got to do both. Stay tuned for more cool stuff coming this way. After I turn 40, I'm going to have a bunch of different new things coming on this channel, including a series of non-prop related skit videos with different characters. So hopefully, I mean, they're going to be really short, like 1-2 minute little things, and hopefully you'll enjoy them. But thank you guys for checking it out. There can be only one. I've never asked this before, but I will ask it in this video. Please hit like if this video is something you really enjoyed and got something out of. If you feel like subscribing, you may do so. I will not call you a stupid haggis if you don't do it. Take care.